Hello Lions, it's me Kat, and today our subject is your sentimental clutter backing you into a corner? Literally. So that's what we'll be talking about today. I'm so excited to have you here and can't wait to say good morning to you or good afternoon. So I'm waiting for you to jump on. I don't see even Mr. B on here yet. Oh, here we go. Ava Sierra, happy Sunday. Jordan Patrick, hey Jordan. Hey Ava, how are y'all today? Good to have you here. We have 13 people on already. Hello. Lesnick Studio, hello. That's Lubka, I think. I've forgotten your name. I think it's Lubka, I think. Anyway. Shelly's here. Hello, Shelly. Pat Fisher, hey. Gina Lane, good afternoon. Luba, that's what it is. Thank you. Hi, Lizzie, my fly baby. Liz is my fly baby. Jordan Patrick, my name was Patrick Life. Oh, hi, Jordan. Penny Wildhorn. You're flying in here now, guys. Woo. Penny Wildborn. Hi, good evening. Jennifer Guerrero. Video brought me out of a slump yesterday. Oh, great. Stephanie Schaefer, hi. We're having a very relaxed movie day. Awesome, Ava. Hope we're not interrupting. Laurie A. Hi, happy Sunday. Lynn Corp. Hey, been decluttering. Thank you. You're welcome. Melissa Driggers. Hi, Miss Kat. Good afternoon. Betty. Hi, Kat from Madison, Wisconsin. Margot. Hi, Kat. Dickie Talmadge says hi. Isn't that why we're all here? Good question, Liz. Denise Latimer, good afternoon. Cheryl Black, hi, happy to catch you. Pam Jod, hi from Birmingham. Or is it Birmingham? I can't remember. Hi, Ann Karen. I think it is Birmingham. Emanuela Lakatusu. Hello, beautiful. Melissa Eric Ramsey. Good afternoon, Melissa in Maine. Brandy. My friend lives in Sydney, Maine, if you know where that is. Brandy, hi, today is your 42nd birthday. Happy to catch you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Brandy. Happy birthday to you and many more. Happy birthday, Brandy. Mediocre Mommying, what is your name? Hi, decluttering pictures and it's hard. Yes, it is. Sarah Elkin, hi from Olympia, Washington. Okay, we've got 45 on. So far, 6 of you have given me a thumbs up. I appreciate it. Denise says, happy birthday to you, Brandy. What? Sarah, you're telling a fib. It's not also your 42nd birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sarah. Happy birthday to you and many more. Awesome. 2 birthday girls on here. Brandy, that is so fun. Okay. Fella Crossing King, hi from Chicagoland. Sue, hi Sue. Happy birthday, Sarah from Brandy. Denise, happy birthday to Sarah. Jackie, happy Sunday. Emanuela says happy birthday. What a fun celebration. It's true, my hubby got me a Fitbit with 1,000 disclaimer. Haha. Bobby Hoffmeister, Mister. Hi. Hi, Kat. Happy birthday to Brandy. Okay, let's get into the meat of this today. So I won't be, Sydney is a half hour from you. Oh, it's beautiful up there. Okay, I'm going to answer 5 more and then I'm going to get into the meat. Tori Asprey is saying, happy Sunday. Renata Shaptise is saying, your son's 4th birthday is coming up. He thinks I'm singing to him. Oh, so cute. Laura Soria from Chicago. I love Chicago. Betty, have been catching up on your holiday missions and writing them down to permanently go into the control journal that I created myself this year before I found you. That's awesome. A homemade control journal is probably more personal and more like you than anything else, but we have ideas that you might want to pick up on and add to it. So, Ellie Ariola, hello from Downey, California. First time on your live video. I don't think I've ever seen you here before, Ellie. Hello. Sorry, my nose is itching. Brandy, cold and rainy in Pennsylvania today. It's hard to get you live. I'm so happy. Good, Laura. I'm so happy you're here. Okay, that's it. I'm not going to greet anyone else, even though I love you with all my heart. We're going to talk about the meat of this program today, which is your sentimental clutter backing you into a corner? Literally. All right, so I had that question, and I get that question a lot. I have sentimental clutter. It's really difficult for me to get rid of it. You know, and sentimental clutter may mean the children's things. It may mean a deceased spouse's belongings. It may mean your grandmother's stuff. You may have inherited it, and it feels wrong. Whoops, it feels wrong to get rid of it. Sorry, I kicked the tripod. So I've had that. I've inherited, my husband and I inherited his mother's pictures and all that stuff. And I left it to Larry because it felt wrong to get rid of it. But you know what we ended up doing? We ended up getting rid of a lot of the pictures because we didn't know the people. We kept the ones that we knew. I felt bad because there were some great pictures of people we didn't know, and I know their family would have loved to have had them, but there was no way to know who they belonged to. She lived in another state and had been in a home for a long time with MS, so she hadn't been out and about in a long time. So these were pictures from like the 60s and early 70s and earlier. So he threw them away, but we still have some, and we still have a niece that we're going to give some to. We were talking about that today before church started. So it's funny that I would get that message that says you have sentimental clutter, whomever that was. I can't remember. I'm sorry. So sentimental clutter can be pictures. It can be letters. It can be clothing. It can be furniture. It can be cards. It can be any object that belonged to someone that you love or loved, and you don't want to get rid of it because somehow in our minds, this is the key right here, we're getting mixed up. We're getting mixed up. We think that those things will help us remember that person, and we want to hang on to that person as long as we can, although that person is no longer with us. If they're absent from the body, they're present with the Lord, right? Hopefully they're present with the Lord. So you holding on to their things in a living environment is why it's so uncomfortable, because life is for the living. It's for the living. And I really am not being cruel when I'm saying these things. I'm being realistic. I have a dear ex-flybaby, dear friend, whose husband passed away very recently in the last few months, and she needed to get rid of his clothes. And I've told the story before, but I'm going to tell it again. And it was really hard for her because not only did he have clothes, but he was not a hoarder, but he kept everything. So he was like on the verge, right? And she was like keeping it at bay. So now she has all these things that she feels meant so much to him, and it was really hard for her. And I told her to look in her closet and imagine the shoe was on the other foot and that she had passed away. What clothes of hers would she want him to keep? And I did the same exercise. I went to my closet and I looked. And there was a dress that I thought my husband might like to keep because it's his favorite. And then it made me think, gosh, that would make him awfully sad. And I realized I didn't want him to keep any of those things. They weren't me. They were just something I wore for a season of my life. And so, was it you, Allison? Were you the one? Yes, it was you. Okay. So those are things that we want to actually let go of and bless somebody else with. And so that gave her the courage to go in and load everything into the trunk of the car and take it to a place. Now, the only thing she didn't load were his suits because she wanted to give them to a particular place where people needed suits. So, but she did it. She did it, and she said, you know what? I feel so much better because those clothes were for a living person, and her husband is not living, and that's just a fact. Now, when you have your grandmother's tea service, if you never use it, all you do is dust it. You have to polish it every now and then because it's silver. You can't imagine your children ever using it. It's part of clutter instead of part of a beautiful decoration, then maybe it's time to let it go. If it's really not something you love, it's not something you would have chosen for yourself. Now, if you have your grandmother's tea service and it's beautiful and you polish it every quarter because you love it so much, and you actually serve tea out of it from time to time, and it holds a place of honor on your buffet, that's different. But if it is not being treated with love, then why do you have it? What honor are you giving your grandmother by having it as clutter in your home? Okay, now let's talk about paper. paper will absolutely back you into a corner where you're in the corner mumbling to yourself with paper all over the place. And it's like your children's schoolwork and pictures that they've drawn and projects that they've made. And you know what happens to those after about 20 years? They break down. The paper starts to break down and crackle, and it doesn't look vibrant like it used to. So my suggestion is to take a picture of each thing that you feel is important enough to save for posterity. Save it on your computer, save it on a backup disk. You can always copy the disk if you want to give it to your child, if that's something you think they would like to see. In my opinion, I really know no one who wants that once they're in their 20s. They don't want that. And when they're in their 30s, their kids are already bringing stuff home, and so they certainly don't want that. They might look at it one time and say, that was fun. Okay, you keep it, Mom, right? So take a picture of everything and get rid of it. I know it's not hard as you think it is. It really isn't, because you know what you're doing? You're loving yourself. You're giving yourself space. Remember we talked about space yesterday, about how in nature that people crave space, and how in nature when you see an open space like the side of a mountain, when you're looking out to a valley and another mountain range, and you go, it's so pretty. Or you look into a beautiful room from a beautiful hotel, you open the room and the room is so well appointed and beautiful and spacious, and you go, oh, so pretty, right? Your house can be like that for you. So that breath is releasing anxiety, because anxiety tightens your chest. And when you can breathe, that means the anxiety's gone, right? Breathing room, that's right, Becca. Fly baby Becca's on here, breathing room. So we want to do that with all of our papers. We want to do this slowly and with your heart and your mind in check. Everything's working together. And if you totally love something and you absolutely, it's breaking your heart to get rid of it, and you're going to look at it, enjoy it, then keep it. Now I do have sentimental paper that I keep. I have some cards that I keep in my bedside table in a special drawer in a special place. And occasionally, 2 or 3 times a year, I get them out and I look at them, and they make me feel happy and they make me remember. But mainly they just make me feel happy. You know, I feel loved when I look at those cards, and I remember times that are important to me. But they're just a representation. They're not everything I ever got from every person, right, that I love, because I love a lot of people. And even if I just loved one person, I couldn't keep everything. It would be miserable because I wouldn't have a chance to really enjoy it. It's like eating too much candy, right? Eating one piece of delicious candy is so much better than eating a whole box of candy. You don't appreciate any of it, and it makes you sick after a while. And you're sick when you're in a corner with all this paper around you. But if you have a place to keep it, like pictures. I have pictures in an album. In albums, and they're on a bookshelf in my guest bedroom, and I sit on the floor from time to time and I pull them out and I peruse my pictures, and it makes me happy. So those are not clutter. Those pictures have a home and a purpose. They have a home and a purpose. The purpose is to entertain me when I want to look back, see my children when they were little, see a vacation that I went on, whatever. I've got certain pictures. Now we don't take pictures like that anymore. They're all on the computer. So now I go to Shutterfly and just look through all the pictures, which is great, because you know what you can't do with a real picture? You can't zoom in. You can't crop. You can't adjust the lighting. You can fix things and make them look better so you can see them in a program like that. So that's my point, is that you want to get rid of some things. So here's how you do it. When you've got all of this paper, you want to set your timer for 15 minutes, and you want to take a little bit of paper, and go through it one page at a time. Use your mind now to make the judgment. Your heart is whether or not you really love it, but your mind is going to say you really love it and it's worth keeping. And you're going to go through it pretty quick, and it's going to be take a picture pile, shred pile, keep pile. Take a picture pile, take a picture pile, take a picture pile. So maybe you'll end up with, I don't know, 10% of it in a special book. Maybe you decided to keep 3 items from each year of your child's school year, or 1 item from each year of your child's school year if you have many children, in a special book. You're still going to take a picture, but you're also going to keep the physical thing, maybe in a page protector or something like that. So this is going to be like a craft for you. When you're doing this, you're going to have to change your mind and not think of it as drudgery, but a craft. It's something you do for craft, for fun, in the afternoon, not when you're cleaning or doing any of your other routine things. This is special. So you're going to sit down and set your timer for 15 or 30 minutes, and you're going to do it. And then you're going to put it away. It needs to be in a big box or something that you can actually physically move and put away, and then come back to it the next day when you want to work on it some more. Or you may want to create a project out of it. But this will be a special project that won't have anything to do with your zones and your routines and your basic weekly plan. This is a special project because it shouldn't, this particular kind of thing, you don't want this to take you away from having your house tidy. Unless it's a whole room, and then it can be a project. But it's going to be a long project because dealing with decluttering, especially paper, especially if you're making decisions about each piece of paper, it's not just old bills and advertisements that you threw in a basket and never went through. That's easier to go through. But if it's something that's more important, then it's going to take longer, and you have to have patience with yourself. But eventually you'll be free and you'll feel so much better. Listen, let me tell you why people keep things. You ready? You will never guess why. I'll let you guess. I'll let you guess why. The reason that I believe that people think they have to keep everything. And I'll see what kind of guesses you put on here. I'm waiting. Anybody have any ideas? I'm about to give the answer. I know your things take a few minutes. Here we go. Because we spent money on them, fear of forgetting, fear of not having it when it will be needed. I might need it. Guilt. What if? You know what the real reason is? Perfectionism. Perfectionism. You don't want to be like your mom who didn't keep XYZ. You don't want to be like your grandmother or your neighbor who didn't keep XYZ. So you want to keep it because you think you need to be perfect. And then on top of that comes the guilt and the fear and the what ifs. But the underlying thing is perfectionism. Perfectionism, there is no room for that. There's no room for perfectionism because nothing is perfect in this world. Nothing. God. That's it. If you look at any of his creation, he didn't make it perfect. I'm not perfect. My physical body is not perfect, right? And it's okay because I'm still his treasure, right? The perfect mom that I treasure everything. Yep, that's right. That's Allison talking to me, the one who's afraid to get rid of things. That's right. And the truth is, no one really wants all that stuff. They might enjoy one thing or two things, and later on they might say, I can't believe, because kids are great for this, especially when they grow up, I can't believe you did this, or you didn't do this, or you threw that away, right? They just do that. Don't worry about it. Their time will come. Let's see what Got Kids is saying. Michelle, what about big framed pictures? I have several that I won't be hanging up due to lack of wall space or decor change, etc. So I'm storing them under the stairs. Why don't you take a picture of them and let it go? I know exactly what you're talking about. My mother-in-law had a huge portrait of herself. Huge. I think I actually gave it away to someone who now has that guilt. One of the family members. But you're not going to ever, if you're not going to ever hang it, and it's huge. I don't know who came up with the huge picture thing. Other than a portrait in a castle, who needs a gigantic picture in their house of someone from 40 years ago? Really. It doesn't kind of jive, right? So most of our houses aren't that big. All right, let's see. I'm ready to answer questions and see what your comments are now. I think we talked enough about it, but I hope you got it. So let's see what Emanuela says. This week I'm in my bedroom where I have 2 boxes of photos and kids' drawings, and I think it's going to be easier because I'm ready, because the first time in Zone 4 I wasn't, so I let them stay on the shelf. Good, I'm glad you're ready. Allison, scan them in, save it, and make it into a Snapchat album. I love it. That's a great idea. And then you can let go of that gigantic picture. And guess what? If you ever need to have a gigantic picture again and you scan them, they can totally be made into a gigantic picture again. And it'll be all fresh and new and not all crumbly and nasty. Ellie says, Kat, I have been scanning things that I want to keep from my 104 storage bins. Oh my goodness. Good, Ellie. I'm so proud of you. And I hope you're getting rid of a bunch of that stuff. That's 104 bins stealing your space, stealing your expensive real estate. If you think about how much it costs per foot to live in your house, maintain your house, why would you let clutter take that real estate when you can have a big, beautiful, open room, right? Stealing my life. There you go. Very good. All right, so I hope this has been good for you today. I'm going to put the times that I'm going to be doing my live videos next week on tonight. I believe I'm not going to do a live one on Sundays anymore, just a day of rest for me as well. But I will continue with my daily videos. They'll be out there. And this is the last week of our cruising through the holiday videos, and then after that I'm not going to do it again. It's going to be recorded, so you can always watch it again if you want to. So I'm going to put the times out for Monday through Saturday. I'll put it make a short video for you, and I'll also put it on Facebook. If you haven't joined our Facebook group and you want to, you certainly can. Just go to the link that is below these videos and click on that, and that will take you to Kat Brewer, the Facebook for Kat Brewer, and I will accept you as my friend, and then we can chat, and I can see pictures, and we can all see, and it won't be just me because that is a big job for just one person. We'll all be helping each other on that Facebook, okay? All right, let's see what a few of you said before I leave. Maybe Santa will bring a scanner, Dee says. That's awesome. Liz, my ex-fly baby, said, I know you would understand, and threw them out as they were an option she gave me 13 years ago. Aw, I had kept them because they smelled like her. Isn't that sad? That's so sad, Lizzie. But you know what? You do not love, it's not that you don't love them anymore, but you just want to let it go. Ellie says, 1 box for shredding, 1 box for scanning, and 1 box for bag for trash. Awesome. There, Larry put the Facebook page on. Oh, it was lotion. Okay, Liz. Well, that's probably gone bad, huh? That's sweet, though. Sheen Bean, I've been posting quotes. Yes, you have. I've seen all kind of wonderful, whoops, sorry, my big old feet knocking my tripod. I've seen all kind of great things on our Facebook page. All right, my ladies, I know it still smelled good. I'm going to let you go. But I know this has been short. Well, let me see what Lion Die says. Hang on. My sentimental clutter stops me in my tracks every time. I'm going to try 15 minutes and walk away. You can do it. You can do it, Die. We're all behind you. And we all have sentimental clutter. So it's not just you. It's not your personal burden. We all have it. I just caught the tail end of this, but I wanted to say, hey, from Georgia. Hey, Bonds Fam 5. I have a project of sentimental things that I'm working through 15-minute chunks, creating smaller scrapbook. Week 2 of back to being a payroll line for me tomorrow. I said a prayer for you today in church, by the way, and all of my fly babies who work. Hello, you're welcome, Allison. Yes, Facebook. And Julie Valentine. I got here for the end again. One day I'll be on time. Aw. Sarah, thank you, Kat, for this subject today. Tying it to perfectionism makes it so much more sense now, doesn't it? I know, it's crazy. Michelle, where is your video from when you were sick? Because I am so sick. Oh, honey, I'm sorry. Do you have the flu? It's about a year ago, somewhere back in there, and I just look horrible. It's in there somewhere. I don't get rid of anything, and everything's available for you to look at, so it's there. All right, I love you guys very much. Have a fantastic week. I want you to know that I really have a heart for you, and you are my lions. You're not kittens. You're not weak. You're not unable. You are strong. You don't have a feeble mind. You have a strong mind, strong, powerful person with great love and a sound mind, which means self-discipline. So you can do this. Get your little child in check this week, and I'll see you tomorrow, and you are beautiful. Bye.